Right. This was an idea I had. I'm sure it were in summer. Shut up, you. Um, it's golden. What? Are you not recording? It's golden gel medium extra heavy, and I put it on, let it dry, and look, you can see like little air holes forming. Have I got an air stuck up top of the head or something? So I went back over it. For this, you need a really flat bottom. You need it to be really flat. So I went back over and let it dry. As you can see, I'm only doing half of it. The other side is mirror image of it, but exactly the same. And then, because it's blinking freezing here, I warmed it up. Um, Now that sounds like I'm lying because I said it were months ago, but you'll see in a minute. I'm trimming round it. Oh, it's what they called? We just had a silicone icing mould off eBay. I'm tracing round it on some foam form, and I'm making this foam form into. Now I've never played with easy mount. I've never had an easy mount, but what I understand about it, it's a sticky backed, tacky sided thing that'll cling and give squishiness to your stamp. So this is how I did my other one months ago, and it's still fine. But you've got to keep them apart, which I'll explain in a second. So I'm really, because I like to see through my stamps really, but obviously I can't with this. So I'm really roughly drawing in wet leafies and swirlies. Not that you can't really tell off silhouette, but right now I've got this stuff, and it's Hobbycrafts fabric glue. I've got Island's tacky glue. It's just the same. It's a contact adhesive, i.e., you put it on both sides, let it go off a little, then press them together. Now I watered it down because obviously you need this to be as flat as possible, and also it seeps into the foam a little bit and gives you a much better hold with the foam. Will you control yourself? As you can see, it's thicker in some places, so I'm redistributing it, so I'm keeping it as level as possible. Let it dry. Don't use your heat tool, I really wouldn't. Flip it over best you can and sort of get it as near as you can before pressing it. You don't want it to be peeling chunks of glue off. In fact, you could do it opposite way, stick it down, then chop round it, you know. So I put it on something flat, squidged out front centre outwards, carried on doing this until I was pretty sure. Any little bits of, sticking up, just pick them out with a pair of tweezers. That was the sort of skin that was in between the swirly bits. Then again, contact adhesive on the back. Did it with just a wet brush, I think, this time, but you need it to be as straight as possible, as even a coat as possible. And I put a good couple of coats on, depending on your glue, just try, so you can see it's nice and shiny and straight. It sticks, you can't get it off easily, if you know what I mean. It don't fall off. I've got shop bought stamps that actually print worse than these, bearing in mind this is its first ever print. They won't shop bought ones that won't stick to the block and that don't print this good. Now I did this about a week ago or something, and I lost I've misplaced, I don't know, I've put these stampings somewhere, and when I went to get them for Mick to photograph them, can't find them. So the ones that you see at the end, that's its first one, but the ones that you see at the end, the close-ups, that's the second time it's ever done a stamp. Now when you put them away, stick them on something that's flat, because it's contact adhesive, and if they go back to back, they will stick, you know, keep that in mind, so stick them on something. That little one that I just did then was white texture paste that happens to be not very crumbly. I can't remember the make of it. And this one is actually made from a stencil, is that one, that big round one that I just showed you, and I love the way it prints. It's just I really like it. So that's the icing one, and that's the jet heavy golden heavy gel medium, and as you can see, I missed top at loops off, but it stamps really well. That's Liquitex, that's it, in the tube. Liquitex texture paste. It's quite flexible and bendy. And that one is a Colourcraft one, and as I said, that is actually a stencil. So if I don't know if the footage just went with the hard drive that died, I don't know, but I might do it again, because I've got a couple more of them stencils that I can do it with. So give us a shout if you want to know how to do it off a stencil, but it's a metal stencil. I don't know if it'd work with a different stencil, because you need to keep it dead flat. That one there, I really like how that one prints. It's really nice. It looks old. Have I covered everything, you think? Am I saying goodbye? Am I? Do I have to? I don't want to. Right, thanks for watching. Please share it. I don't think anybody else is doing this, so it'd be really appreciated if you could spread it around, because you know, it's really good when you do that for me. It's much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.